Welcome to RNC, Watch TV.
What's up, guys?
Rob, what have we been watching?
We've been watching a lot of Our Flag Means Death and another show that I strangely cannot remember. It's about hockey. It's Canadian.
Shoresy. And The Golden Bachelor.
Oh, yeah, we caught up. Which we're only 2 episodes behind, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about first?
Shoresy?
All right.
So what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
I'll come back. No, let's start with you.
I love it to death. It's kind of funny. I don't like sports at all.
Same.
And I don't know anything about hockey.
Also same.
And I don't know anything about Canada. So half of the words that the characters say, I either don't know what they mean or can't accurately figure out what they're saying because of their accents. But I figure out enough to love it. I absolutely love it. It's so stupid. It's so like middle school boy humor. It's so lowbrow. It's so heartfelt. Everyone's just really lovable.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, just the well put together strings of insults like that make up at least half of the show's dialogue. Or it's just a masterclass in like talking shit and Canadian.
Like,
garbage.
Are the jokes sophisticated? No.
No.
Are they dense? Yes. Just a lot of jokes in a short period of time.
Like strung together in just masterful ways.
Also, just like Shoresy as a character is so absurd. Like, just pure id. You gotta love him.
Oh yeah. That and they also like the sequence where like it was them winning the game and like they clearly conveyed that they like kicked the other team's ass and won the game, but there was no spoken dialogue whatsoever. It just ended on a shot of like all the people that were on the ice like huddled together with like a kind of look on their face, eating like drumsticks. Like
the ice cream.
The ice cream drumsticks.
And they just call him Sticks throughout.
Yeah, and like it just like ended on this shot of them looking badass eating drumstick ice cream thingies, which is like shouldn't even be able to be done. But like the cinematography is really good. Like they do a really good job on that front as well.
Yeah, they're like fun direction choices as far as like what gets played out with dialogue and then what is just like visuals with music, and also the juxtaposition of the visuals with the music. It's more interesting than you might think from the dialogue.
Yeah, it's just exceptionally well done.
Also, how Shoresy is like to the team manager, like, you're too young for me. Like, she keeps going on and on about how like these women are too young for him, and they're like his age essentially. But then he's obsessed with the journalist, and he's like, one of these days I'm going to shoot my shot with.
And it seemed like he was heavily hitting on her, but it's like,
oh yeah, no, there's no ambiguity whatsoever at any time about how he feels about this woman.
I loved it.
Funny.
Yeah.
Shoresy's great. We are waiting patiently for season 2, which comes out on one of my sister's birthdays.
October 27th.
That is happy birthday to her.
Yes.
That sister, you should watch Shoresy and watch season 2 on your birthday.
Yeah, it's a great show. Part of me wonders if it's by the same people that wrote Letterkenny, because a lot of the humor seems very similar.
That seems kind of racist, like all Canadians are the same.
But like down to the writing style and like just the cinematography, like it seems like people that were involved in that show. Like there's too many like similarities for it to be coincidences.
Right.
Oh, come on.
I've watched like half an episode of Letterkenny. I have no idea.
I would look it up, but it would probably glitch out the audio, and then I would have to spend like 10 extra minutes syncing the audio for this episode. So,
especially just to be wrong.
Oh.
We'll update you next episode.
Yeah, look for a cut in at this point of me reminding everyone that I'm right.
Any hoodle. So Golden Bachelor or our flag next?
Honestly, I don't have a lot to say about Golden Bachelor except bye, Kathy. It was fun. You start shit, you get shit. Yeah.
Don't start none, won't be none.
Yeah, exactly. Made that one woman cry.
Yeah, I mean, no one was like super likable in that, but
She was the least,
she was,
in my opinion.
yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, there's no need for that. Everyone else is like all supportive and stuff, and like, yeah, they want to stay there, but like, you know, at the same time, they're happy for everyone else. I feel like Kathy just got some issues. I don't know.
Okay, maybe an episode has come out like tonight, but we watched episode 4.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. So prediction, Joan, I think, is the one who had to go home because her daughter is having a hard labor.
Oh, they're gonna bring her back
For sure.
and it's gonna be when he's head over heels for someone else.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly when she's going to come back. I loved how all of the women were like, they were so, I don't know, there's just so much, like, one of the women literally said, like, the hardest part of leaving is, like, leaving all you ladies, you know, which is like, yeah, you've spent way more time with those women than this man.
Yeah.
And the women were like, I feel like in The Bachelor, they would be like, bye, you know, less competition. But these women are like, oh, like, I'm so sad for you that you have to leave. And, you know, that it's kind of a tough situation that she's leaving for. And it was sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that show is, out of all the which granted the very few reality shows I've seen, that one is by far the most wholesome in terms of just people getting along. Yeah. It's almost kind of strange. Like it feels like a trap. Like they're gearing up just for like a bloodbath or something.
It is wholesome. Okay, so that's about enough of that. It was fine otherwise.
Our flag means death is the only thing left.
Oh my God.
Which we've only seen to be clear.
7.
I don't think
We're caught up.
My guess is that there's still 3 episodes left this season, unless it's just a really weird season. I've never seen a 7-episode season. But yes, we have gone through season 2, episode 7. Wait, I was saying seasons, didn't I?
We're on season
2,
episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's okay. 2 things. 1, it's so Polly. Like the whole situation with Jim, the spoilers galore, FYI.
Oh yeah.
That's just
Totally
always with
spoilers.
this show.
You should just assume at this point.
Yeah.
Like we don't explicitly put it anywhere, but yeah, just assume.
Catch up before you watch us.
Yeah. We're reacting with you so you can watch our reactions after the fact. That doesn't make much sense, but you know what? We're going to go with it.
Yeah. So the subplot with Jim playing matchmaker with Jim's friend and the pirate queen.
Yeah.
And I just love the part where Jim is like, we're like family, explaining her relationship with the guy whose name I forget. Or I don't know if I ever knew. Anyway. And then the woman who Jim is hooking up with is like, your family who you fuck. And Jim is like, ugh. But it's like, that is kind of how it is, how it be when you're poly and you have these like really intense relationships that are bonds, right? Like almost family deep or sometimes more so than family. But yeah, you have sex with these people sometimes, maybe, but it doesn't define the relationship. And that's so hard, I think, for monogamous people or people like trapped in like compulsory monogamy to understand, is that you can have sex with someone without it defining the relationship.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. Like, representation.
It's very rare to see in media.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's kind of like, in a way, it's like, oh, it's just a plot device. Like, oh, you're like rooting for this couple. But then it complicates it. And it like, yeah, it makes for a more interesting storyline because then you don't have to just follow that couple. And it's, I don't know, it's like kind of weird that like bisexuality and polyamory isn't more represented in media because it makes for infinitely more interesting storylines instead of it's having to like do this whole will they or won't they the whole show. And then once they get together, like the show is basically over because the, tension is broken. You can do that infinitely with a polyamorous situation. And like bisexuality, it's like you only have so many potential couplings, but with bisexuality, like you have infinitely more. So just goes to show like how narrow-mindedness hurts us all.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to demographics and studios being afraid to do anything that would potentially upset a small group of just perpetually pissed off about everything people, not going into detail.
Yeah. Anyway, I like how our flag is
crosses are involved.
Not worried about that. So I liked that. Oh, and I also think it's like so poly, the relationship between Izzy and Blackbeard and Steed, where like Izzy is kind of playing matchmaker with Steed. Not matchmaker, but just like
reluctant matchmaker.
Reluctant, like
I would say at this point
coach?
He is playing matchmaker to a degree.
Yeah.
But reluctantly, he can really yeah. I don't know. I'm really liking his character more and more because he's not just a straight asshole. He's an asshole that sees nuance.
I think he's very much the Kramer of the show, where he's just whatever the show needs him to be, and like his lack of consistency is like part of his character.
I don't know though. I don't like seeing him as the Kramer because honestly I like that transition because he still seems he's been a complete asshole the entire time, but it's like parts of him are slowly falling away. And I honestly like the character arc. Like I don't want it to just be written off as inconsistency for the sake of inconsistency. Because I like seeing his like transformation from he's still just an angry fucking person, but he's like becoming a better angry person.
Yeah. But I feel like that keeps happening where he'll like be sweet and then he'll be a shit and then he'll be sweet and then he'll be a shit, which is like true to life. That's how people are. But you pointed out the cinematography of the moment where he puts his...
They've used it a couple of times at this point, but it keeps working, so I'm not complaining. But like they'll be in the middle of a scene where it's like he delivers some like...
But what was it? What was the one you were...
It was a conversation with Steed. Steed. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but like at the very end of it, he put his like unicorn leg... like hobble up on the table, and it looked hilarious even though it was a serious scene. And it's just like they keep using that as comic relief, I feel like, but I'm not complaining because it keeps working every time they do it.
Yeah
And it was cute, like it was nice too. You could tell the crew had gotten together to like make that for him. And he like I feel like it like cracked through some of his like firewalls that he has up like on an emotional level.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, great show. I'm really enjoying it.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, have a great week, and we will see you guys next Monday.
Bye.
Or Tuesday. I'll edit this next Monday. Anyway. Bye, guys.